Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to talk about American politics and nothing but American politics. All right, so let's get into the Ukraine-Russian war and a fantastic new solution that is great for America, great for Ukraine, and great for the Russian people. It's good for everybody but Vladimir Putin. All right, so and basically what it's about is the SJWs. What's the SJWs? It used to stand for Social Justice Warrior. That's pretty played out. I don't think we need that term anymore. So I'm repurposing it to SJW, Sovereign Justice Warrior. Sovereign Justice Warrior. All right. So basically, Peter Zeihan, if you don't know about Peter Zeihan, man, get on it. That dude is brilliant. He is absolutely, he is the best person to talk about politics today. He specifically, excuse me. He specifically talks about geopolitics and demography, demographics, okay? And he has explained that we now know, like, this Russia attacking the sovereign nation of Ukraine was the worst possible thing they could do. One, we learned a whole bunch of things, okay? He explained that he recently explained less than $1 out of $3 that is actually given to the Russian army ever makes it to the Russian army. So whenever Putin has, Putin, it was considered, Russia with Putin as the leader was considered to be a global superpower. It's not even a regional power now. We know that it's not a regional power, right? So, and the reason why is Ukraine's been handing Russia their butt for a year. There were people who thought this was going to be over in a week, and Ukraine continues to defeat Russia. And Putin can't get the job done, and the reason why is we all now know. Zeihan explained 2/3 of the money given to the Russian military is stolen from corruption. Before less than $1 ever makes it to a single truck, a single rifle, a single tank, a single aircraft, anything, right? And so basically they're fighting with 1/3 of their funds, right? And so they're really, what we really now know is Putin's a joke. He's a complete and utter joke. He's the most ridiculous joke, right? Like, he's nothing, right? Like, and except dangerous, right? With conventional weapons. So this is a Scott Garibay thing. This is not Peter Zeihan. What I learned, right, as I watched this is the Russians can't even maintain trucks and tanks. They literally don't know how to put oil in them and keep and rotate the tires, right? Like, and literally just put fresh tires on them. There's no possibility that any of Putin's threats for a nuclear war are real, because I don't believe they have a single functioning nuke. They don't even know how to maintain trucks, right? Like, every decent scientist in Russia left in 1991, right? And every decent teacher left in 1991. And, like, they literally don't even have a mechanic that can maintain a truck now, right? And this, like, super tiny regional force, Ukraine has just handed what people used to think was a global superpower their butt for a year, and just said, no, you don't matter, right? Like, we don't take you seriously, right? So here's the plan, and here's how here's how the Ukraine war can end, and America can benefit, and Ukraine can benefit, and the Russian people can benefit. Here we go. So, sovereign justice warrior. Okay. Putin came in and savaged Ukraine, murdered their citizens for an entire year. And his real crime was questioning the sovereignty of the Ukraine nation. They are a sovereign nation. And Putin said, I will take your sovereignty. Now, sovereign justice warriors. Ukraine and America are now sovereign justice warriors. We have aided in this fight against this evil tyrant, right? So we, Americans and Ukrainians, are sovereign justice warriors. Anytime a nation going forward says, I question your sovereignty and I attempt to take your sovereignty, their sovereignty now belongs to the nation they invaded. Okay? So Russia's sovereignty, in my humble opinion, every single inch of their land and their sovereignty as a nation now belongs to Ukraine. Period. End of sentence. And they have every right to move forward as sovereign justice warriors. And their counteroffensive is not just taking back their own land. it can be taking back all of Russia to be Ukrainian land. And since they have every right to do it, in my humble opinion, America should put 500,000 boots on the ground, aid them in taking every single inch of Russian land for Ukraine, right? And taking Putin as an American prisoner, right? Because we have the facilities to hold him, where I think Ukraine would struggle to hold Putin, right? And then once Ukraine took every single inch of Russian land with the aid of America and Europe and the whole world who has given them aid, right, and continues to give them aid, then President Joseph Biden can, when they've taken all of the land, all of the Russian land, and Ukraine is all of current Ukraine and every single inch of Russian land, and all of that is simply called Ukraine, President Biden can say, hey, can you please give 25% of this Russian land to America and 25% to Great Britain, which aided you. And that's it. You know, and then we just split up Russia. Ukraine gets 50%, America gets 25%, Great Britain gets 25%, and Putin is now a prisoner, and the world is better, right? And the Russian people can then live as Ukrainians, Americans, or British citizens as they wish, and are freed from that evil tyrant. Every single thing is solved. Everyone is better off. That's a real solution, in my humble opinion.